Am I desperate? Am I acting desperate? I believe this is a question so many of us ask ourselves. That could it be that I am acting desperate in this relationship, or in my life generally? I'm desperate about getting married. I'm desperate about settling down, having my own children. Am I desperate? Well, this is a very good question to ask yourself, because desperation actually puts you on a disadvantage in any kind of friendship or relationship or business. When you're desperate, you are likely to be a victim, right? Because it means that you will cut corners just to get to the reward that you're looking at. So what does it mean when we say someone is desperate? Number one, someone is desperate when that person refuses to maintain the sequence of getting into relationship or into marriage. When you jump stages to arrive at a point you desire, it is a sign of being desperate. For instance, we all know that a healthy relationship is supposed to start with a friendship. It should start with a meeting someone and a getting to know someone before you can ascertain whether your feelings are actually true or not. Alright, so we don't just act on how we feel when we make contact with people, when we come in contact with people. We don't conclude love from that stage. Alright, there must be a friendship, but desperation sometimes does not allow us to go through the friendship stage. So we tend to jump the friendship to get to relationship, and when we get there, we try to get to know this person, and when we get to know this person, we realize that we are not perfectly compatible for each other, and we want to jump out and come back to where we were, right? So jumping the sequence of getting into marriage is a sign of desperation. You are desperate. You are saying that I don't have the patience to get to know this person. I feel I love this person. Let's just go. Love is enough. Feelings is enough. I will get to know him when we marry. It is such an error, and it's a sign of desperation. Okay, sign of desperation number 2. A person is desperate when that person throws away his standards and principles. Alright? When you easily throw away your standards and your principles, those things that you say you need in a person before you accept the person, if you can easily throw them away and just move into that relationship or marriage, then it's a sign of desperation. For instance, I say that any lady that I'm going to marry must be a God-fearing woman. But then a lady comes around, we meet, and I'm very sure that this lady is not God-fearing. And I'm so quick to throw away that standards that I set for myself, that it has to be a God-fearing lady. I throw it off because I feel that I love this person, and we just proceed into marriage. Alright, it's such a sign of desperation, and it is going to make me a victim, because when I get there, I'll find out that the fruit of the Spirit are not found in this lady, and I'll struggle to live with her because the things I'll be expecting her to do, the patience, the love, the long suffering, the self-control, the temperance, all of these things, they are not there. I might not survive the relationship. I might not survive the marriage. Alright, so throwing off your principles, throwing off your standards is such a sign that you are desperate. You are saying that these standards are the reason why I'm delaying myself. These standards are actually chasing away people. Let me throw them off. Let me just rush and get a catch and get into marriage, because so many people have gone far beyond me. Some of my friends are having 2 kids, and you feel that the standards are the things that are keeping you down, delaying you. You throw them off in desperation, then you move ahead. But then, standards do not chase away the good person. It only chases away the bad people. Any person that comes into a life of a person with standards that doesn't stay, it means that person is not good if the standards are right. Okay, so your standards are right when they are in line with God's commands, God's laws. That is when your standards are right. Okay, so throwing off your standards, your principles. Sometimes we achieve the standards. Sometimes people will set standards. They will get people that will meet those standards, and they'll get into the relationship. But then there are principles within that relationship to keep you safe. Right? Sometimes we neglect those principles. We make sure we get the standard and neglect the principles. That is also a sign of desperation, and we don't have to do it like that. Okay?